Hello again, and this time I'm going to review a thriller called A Call to Kill by Billingham. Now, Billy served in the parachute regiment before passing selection and serving for many years in 22 SAS. So he joins the ranks of authors with credible background experience to present us with a thriller. And the character he has created, which is evidently going to be a series, is Matt Mason, a staff sergeant in the SAS. And the action takes place in the Yemen, and they're in an ops room in Sana'a, and planning a mission which is hostage rescue against a religious preacher who is a Brit who has been kidnapped. So the raid is a failure, frankly. The hostage has been moved, and there's a high value target who escapes because Mace has not given that as a priority. He just wanted to rescue the hostage, and this is to the fury of a CIA officer, a female who has been embedded with them. Anyway, there's a subsequent, they locate or they're given information, intelligence, and they do a follow-up a little bit later. However, there's an American arms company who's dealing with Saudi Arabia, and they pass on information to the terrorists because they don't want anything to upset their trading relationship. And keeping the Yemeni conflict going is in their interest because they're selling weapons. So the raid goes horribly wrong. One of the lads is killed, and Mace is captured, where he undergoes a very severe ordeal, and he's locked up with the original hostage and some other people, and then he manages to escape in a very exciting manner, and eventually gets back, and the plot then revolves around the terrorists are planning a waterborne attack using small boats, fishing boats, on the Saudi tankers, and it will cause an environmental disaster. And Mace realizes that the people he'd been locked up with were fishermen, so he starts putting two and two together, and there's a good resolution to the whole thing. So there's a lot of very good points in it. Particularly well done was the local colour and the culture, the Middle Eastern culture. There's obviously a lot of input there. Very well done, very well handled. However, there's a couple of things that didn't ring true, and I think this is a problem when you get a military guy and he has a co-author, and I always wonder how much input each has, because there's things in it which just jump out at you that no. For example, the female CIA officer is referred to throughout as Agent Redford. Now, that's not a term that's used in the CIA. That their people are officers, they're not agents, they don't have that title. There's a safety catch on a Glock, for example, which is a glaring mistake. Anyone who's ever used a Glock fired one knows it doesn't have a safety, or it doesn't have anything other than the safety on the trigger, which obviously isn't really a safety. So there's things like that which kind of make you wince, and my advice, for what it's worth, for Billy Billingham would be just to write the book himself, or the subsequent books himself. He's done his autobiography already. Um, I haven't read it, but it's there, and so he obviously can write. I've seen him interviewed, and he's very eloquent and really good talker, and you know, got stories to tell. So I'd continue just using his own expertise, and he then joined the ranks of people like Jack Carr and so on, who put the realism in, and but still give you a cracking story.